acids and bases. I know that we did a lot of naming in Unit 5, and that was hard for some of us. Fortunately, naming acids and bases is super easy. We're only going to be naming Arrhenius acids and bases, which means we're only naming things that don't need an H or an OH. And so that can be a little bit easier for us to identify things. But the first thing that we're going to do, we're talking about naming Arrhenius bases. It's super easy. It's always OH and a metal, typically an alkali metal or an alkali earth metal, which are the first two columns of the periodic table. Things like sodium, lithium, magnesium, potassium, all of those are alkali and alkali earth metals. So this is how you do it. You name the metal and add the word hydroxide. That's it. So if we look at something like this, NaOH, well, the metal here is sodium. Remember that sodium is a metal. And then OH is called hydroxide. So the name of this compound is sodium hydroxide. That's it. Just in case that was a little much and a little fast. This one right here, KOH, is potassium hydroxide because K is potassium, and then you just tack hydroxide onto the end there. This one, now you'll notice there's two hydroxides, but it doesn't matter because a good chemist is going to know, oh, calcium, I know its oxidation number, I know how it bonds. So a good chemist is going to know that OH, there's going to be two of them. And so we're just going to call this calcium hydroxide. That's it. You don't have to worry about the two. You don't need to put the di in there anywhere. There's no dihydroxide. It's just calcium hydroxide. So that's how you name Arrhenius bases. When it comes to naming binary acids, and by binary acids, we mean something that has a hydrogen and one other thing. And that one other thing is typically a halogen. Took me a minute to remember there what a halogen is. But basically what you do is you call it hydroblankic acid. And that blank is the beginning part of the element's name. So if we have something like this, HCl, that's chlorine. And so we're going to call this hydrochloric acid. We just take that chlor. Some of you guys are going to end up going hydrochlorinic acid or weird stuff like that. I will laugh at you, but I won't penalize you for that kind of thing. Another one, HBr, that's bromine. So this is hydrobromic acid. HF, F is fluorine, hydrofluoric acid. And that's it on naming acids and bases. I need to make sure that that's not everything. Yeah, that's it. Okay.